Hola and welcome to ProSpanish. Let's get started straight away. Our more advanced subscribers may wish to skip forward to the time frame that comes up on the screen now, or stay with us for the extra practice. We'll start off with some verbs. Now, you may be used to me presenting infinitive verbs at this point, so to do. Today it's slightly different, and we're going to be using what's called the gerund. So in English that would be the ing. So sleeping, getting up, having dinner, etc. Okay, so our first one is having dinner with, or perhaps more precisely, dining with, but we wouldn't say that too often. So cenando con. Cenando con. And in Latin America, that C there is, instead of a th, which it is in Spain, it's a s sound. So cenando. Cenando con. And you can see that it's fairly straightforward. The ing in English, in Spanish, is ando. So cenar or cenar is to have dinner, and cenando is having dinner or dining. So we're going to say having dinner with, cenando con. Next one is working with. So trabajar is to work, trabajando con, working with. So we're just having the ando, which is like the ing. Trabajando con, working with. Next, jugando con, playing with. And as I always say at this point, don't try to memorize all this as we're going along. Just follow the flow of the lesson. Okay, so jugando con, playing with. Hablando con, talking with, or speaking with. So in the UK it would be more common to say talking to someone rather than talking or speaking with someone. But because in Spanish we've got hablando con, the with, it makes sense to keep that translation to help remember. Okay, next we have taking care of. So cuidando de. So de is the of. Cuidando, taking care. Cuidando de, taking care of. Next we have living with. So to live is vivir, ending in ir, vivir. And you can see now that it's not ando for the ing, but viviendo. Viviendo. So yendo is when it's not AR. If it's AR, then the ing is ando. And when it's not AR, then it's yendo. So viviendo, living with. So we're not making too much out of this kind of grammar point between ando and yendo. You'll pick it up very easily, but that's not the point of the lesson. So, viviendo con, living with. Discutiendo con, arguing with. It could sometimes be discussing something with somebody, but if it's just discutiendo con, without saying a particular theme that you're discussing, then it means arguing with. Discutiendo con. So again, because it's discutir, it doesn't end in AR, it ends in IR, discutir. So it's not ando, that little ing bit, but yendo, discutiendo, arguing with. And then finally, we have haciendo algo con. Haciendo algo con. In Latin America, that th sound is a s sound, an S, and it's haciendo, haciendo. But in Spain, in European Spanish, it's haciendo, haciendo algo con. And let's go to the final column. It's nice and easy, this. Just María, Maria. So we could be cenando con María, having dinner with Maria. Mi hermano, my brother. And the feminine version, mi hermana, my sister, mi hermana. Mi amigo, my friend. Mi familia, my family. So what would it mean if I said trabajando con mi amigo? Working with my friend. Working with my friend. Okay, let's go to the first column now. Just 3, representing the present, the past, and the future. And these are going to be used, these words are going to be useful for this particular kind of table of conversation that we're building up here, but also they will be very useful in lots of other situations and contexts, and I'll show you this now. So estoy is I'm, estoy, I'm or I am. Estaba, in the past, I was. Estaba, I was. And I will be, estaré, estaré, I will be, estaré. So looking at that, estaré, I will be. What do you think it means if I said estaré en Madrid? Estaré en Madrid. I'll be in Madrid. We could add mañana. Mañana estaré en Madrid. Tomorrow I'll be in Madrid. Looking at estaba, I was. Estaba con mi amigo. Estaba con mi amigo. What do you think that means? Estaba con mi amigo. I was with my friend. And estoy, I'm, let's say, an expression or an adjective describing how I feel. How about if I say, estoy contento? What's that? Estoy contento. I'm happy. I'm happy. Estoy contento. So what would it be if I said, estaba contento? I was happy. I was happy. Or it could be estaba furioso. Estaba furioso. I was furious. Okay, so we can do lots with those 3 words. But let's have a look at how it works here with the ing and the ando and the yendo. Estoy cenando con María. So just look and follow across. Estoy cenando con María. What does that mean? I'm having dinner with Maria. I'm dining with Maria. How about if I said, we might have started the conversation saying, oh, I can't do that tomorrow because estaré cuidando de mi hermana. Estaré cuidando de mi hermana. I'll be taking care of my sister. We might also say, I'll be looking after. The reason I chose taking care of as opposed to looking after, even though they're very similar or they're the same, is just so that we can, to help us remember the of bit, cuidando de and taking care of. But we could equally say looking after. Okay, we're going to do some fluency practice now. And this program that I've created, you can use this yourself. Just go down to the bottom of the menu column on the prospanish.co.uk site, and I'll leave it up there for a couple of days, and you can have a play with yourself, and you'll see just how quickly you become fluent in using these structures with this method. Okay, so let's get practicing. Okay, so begin practice. We have the time up here and the score that we're going to get. If we need to, we could have a look at the table and just check, and we can check the pronunciation.
Cenando con.
Just by clicking on
Mi hermano.
Cuidando de.
Cuidando de.
Discutiendo con.
Okay, let's hide that table and get back to this here. I'll zoom in so that we can see it better. Okay, so let's have a listen.
Cenando con.
Cenando con.
So which one's
Cenando con.
Cenando con. Having dinner with? Yep, that's a match.
Hablando con. Hablando con. Hablando con.
Hablando con is? It's a match.
María.
María.
Estaré.
Estaré.
Okay, and we ran out of time, so I got 3 matches there. So let's try again, and we'll be a bit quicker this time.
Discutiendo con.
Discutiendo con.
Discutiendo con.
Estaré.
Estaré. I'll be.
Cuidando de. Cuidando de.
Cuidando de.
Cenando con.
Okay, this one's worked out nice and easy.
Cenando con.
Cenando con.
Cenando con.
And you have the Latin American version there, cenando con, having dinner with. Okay, we've done a whole set.
María.
Maria, easy.
Estoy.
Estoy, I'm.
Cuidando de.
Okay, maybe we'll get it wrong this time. Okay,
Cuidando de.
taking care of.
Cuidando de.
Cuidando de.
Mi hermano.
Mi hermano. Okay, let's go again.
Discutiendo con.
Okay, and we got 8 that time. So perhaps go to the site later, try yourself and see if you can get higher than 8. We can refresh and have another go at that. But let's move on to the next one. A quick pause there while I mention our very popular Levels 1 to 6 course. This takes the complete beginner or a near beginner right up to a conversational level of Spanish in a series of very easy to follow steps. All the lessons on this YouTube channel are supplementary, whereas the core Levels 1 to 6 is very much a step-by-step program delivered by the same teacher as all the other videos on the ProSpanish YouTube channel. And while the style is very similar to what you'll be used to from these videos on the channel, the key difference is that every lesson carefully builds on the previous lessons so that you can really feel that progress of going from very little or no Spanish up to a level where you can confidently hold a conversation in Spanish. So again, that's available exclusively from prospanish.co.uk. Okay, so I was taking care of Maria. What would be the phrase for that? I was taking care of Maria. So have a look at those and work it out. I was, estaba. Taking care of, cuidando de. María. Okay, next one. I'll be working with my friend. I'll be
Estaré.
working with
Trabajando con.
my friend.
Mi amigo.
So next, I'm playing with my sister. Okay, so we got 2 in that time. Let's have another go. I'll be working with my family. So where's I will be?
Estaré.
Estaré. Working with
Trabajando con.
my family.
Mi familia.
I was living with my brother. Where's I was? Estaba
Estaba.
living with
Viviendo con.
my brother.
Mi hermano.
Okay. I was talking with Maria. Where's I was?
Estaba.
Talking with
Hablando con.
Maria. Okay, we didn't quite get that one in there, so that time just managed to get through 3, but I'm sure if you practice at home with this, you'll get even more. And if you do so, put your score down in the comments. I'll be very interested to see what you get. Okay, this next one, this is without. I'm just going to do the instructions myself. There's no timer here. Now this is a variation on the pyramid listening, which you'll probably be familiar with. This is completely unique to ProSpanish, and it's proven very effective with our learners. So what we're going to do is do a little bit of listening first, and then we'll do the speaking side of it. So start at the top and just work out what's being said.
Estaré. Estaré.
Estaré.
So estaré. Now, can you remember what that means? Estaré. Well, let's check. We've got estaré, yes. And it's I'll be. Estaré. Okay, we'll build on that now.
Estaré trabajando con.
Estaré trabajando con.
Estaré trabajando con. Estaré trabajando con.
Estaré trabajando con. Let's have a look. Estaré trabajando con. Now we saw before that estaré was I'll be. So what's the rest of it? I'll be working with. I'll be working with. And let's listen to the last one.
Estaré trabajando con mi hermana.
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 Okay, so that was estaré trabajando con mi hermana. And that means I'll be working with my sister. Now it's up to you how you do this. You could do lots of different pyramids like this first before doing the speaking, or you could do one at a time. So let's try it one at a time. So we'll get rid of this now. And now we're going to go up to the top and we are going to test our own speaking. Estaré. Okay, so perfect, well done. Expected answer, estaré, and you said estaré. Okay, so if you want to, you might want to play it beforehand.
Estaré trabajando con.
Have a listen.
Estaré trabajando con.
You could even have a little look. Estaré trabajando con. I'll be working with. Click the mic. Estaré trabajando con. And of course that was correct. And let's go down to the final one. Estaré trabajando con mi hermana. Okay, excellent. Okay, let's go to the next pyramid. And what you can do is, once you've practiced quite a lot, you don't need to work your way down all the time. So let's just start at the base, and if you understand the base straight away, then have a go at speaking it. So let's have a listen.
Estaba jugando con mi familia.
Estaba jugando con mi familia.
Estaba jugando con mi familia.
So if you're not quite sure what that is, then I would start at the top and work your way down. But if you are,
Estaba jugando con mi familia.
then I would go straight to the microphone. Estaba jugando. Okay, now what's interesting there is that I slightly paused in the middle, which meant that the speech recognition kind of cut off and took that as the answer, estaba. And what's good, the bad thing is you've got some pressure. The good thing is that it makes you say the sentence fluently. So you're not going to get it until you say it fluently. Because let's try that again. Estaba jugando con mi familia. Okay, and there we've got it. Let's try one more, doing it all properly. Start at the top.
Estaba. Estaba.
Estaba.
So estaba, and estaba is I was.
Estaba jugando con. Estaba jugando con.
Estaba jugando con means I was playing with.
Estaba jugando con mi hermana.
Estaba jugando con mi hermana. Estaba jugando con mi hermana.
So, estaba jugando con mi hermana, and that means I was playing with my sister. Okay, let's have a go at saying that. Estaba jugando con mi hermana. And what you want to do is get to the point where you can just whiz through all the new pyramids and just going straight to the last line and testing your speaking. So let's go through that, and you might want to pause the video to give yourself some thinking time. Let's give this a go then. So, estaba trabajando con María. Okay, so I'm giving a brief pause. You might need a little bit more to pause the video to give yourself time to think. Okay, let's keep going. Estoy discutiendo con María. Estaba cuidando. Oh, okay, I paused a little bit there. Let's try that again. Estaba cuidando de mi hermano. So you can still say it slowly, but kind of drag out the word so that there's not a silence in the middle, at which point the speech recognition will cut out. This looks like a long one. Estaba haciendo algo con mi hermano. Estaba cenando con mi hermana. Estoy discutiendo con mi hermano. Okay, so we've covered some incredibly useful language. It's very versatile. I suggest you go to the website and, as I said, just go down the right-hand menu down to the bottom and just work your way through it. It will be very useful for you in the future. And as mentioned earlier, if you're looking to become conversationally fluent in Spanish, then head over to prospanish.co.uk, where you can download the main levels 1 to 6 course. And while you're there, you can have a go at the lesson that we've been doing today. It works. It's very mobile phone friendly. So give it a go. And let us know in the comments what kind of scores you were getting. Okay, so let's go on to our more advanced part now. Okay, I've just changed a few things. Let's start in the final column. We've still got Maria. I've put su novio for his or her boyfriend, su hermana, his or her sister, and then most of the verbs with the gerund are the same, so cenando con, trabajando con. I've changed the bottom one for haciendo eso con, rather than haciendo algo con. You'll see why that is in a second. Okay, so what we're looking at in our first column is sigue. So sigue is continue or carry on. So he or she carries on, he or she continues to do something. But so that it works as it would do with the gerund in English, I've translated it as he or she is still doing something. So sigue trabajando is he or she is still working, or he or she continues to work. So sigue, whatever it might be, followed by the verb in the gerund form. Next we've got lleva 2 horas. And this is a way of saying how long somebody has been doing something. So lleva 2 horas. He or she, you know that llevar is to wear or to carry. So we could think of it as he or she carries 2 hours of doing this particular thing. Lleva 2 horas. And again, this expression is followed by a gerund verb. So lleva 2 horas bebiendo alcohol. He's been drinking alcohol for 2 hours. So we say it the other way around. We say the time, how long somebody's been doing something at the end of the sentence. But with this expression, it's lleva, how much time. So it could be lleva un mes. Lleva un mes viviendo aquí. He or she has been living here for a month. He or she carries a month living here. And the final one here is a nice little, very, very common phrasing. Que no te pillen. So don't get caught doing something. So the gerund follows this. Perhaps if we were being a bit more literal, it would be don't let them catch you. So pillen, the subjunctive, because it's don't let them do something, we need the subjunctive. But I would just remember this as a phrase. Que no te pillen, and then whatever it might be. The don't let them catch you doing this. Don't get caught doing it. If you were going to say, don't let your father catch you doing that, que no te pille, so without the N, because it won't be they, que no te pille tu padre, que no te pille tu padre haciendo eso. Don't let your father, your dad, catch you doing that. But we're going to use don't let them catch you, and that can be shortened down to don't get caught. So have a listen and see if you can work out what's being said. Sigue cuidando de su hermana. Sigue cuidando de su hermana. He or she is still looking after his or her sister. Lleva 2 horas discutiendo con su novio. Lleva 2 horas discutiendo con su novio. He or she's been arguing with his or her boyfriend for 2 hours. Sigue trabajando con María. Sigue trabajando con María. He or she is still working with Maria. Que no te pillen discutiendo con María. Que no te pillen discutiendo con María. Don't get caught arguing with Maria. Que no te pillen hablando con su novio. Que no te pillen hablando con su novio. Don't get caught talking to his or her boyfriend. How about lleva 2 horas cenando con María. Lleva 2 horas cenando con María. He or she's been having dinner with Maria for 2 hours. Okay, let's flip it around now and you do the speaking. How would you say she's been living with her boyfriend for 2 years? She's been living with her boyfriend for 2 years. What would that be? Lleva 2 años viviendo con su novio. Lleva 2 años viviendo con su novio. How would you say he's still looking after his sister? Sigue cuidando de su hermana. Sigue cuidando de su hermana. How about don't get caught doing that with his boyfriend. Don't get caught doing that with his boyfriend. Que no te pillen haciendo eso con su novio. Que no te pillen haciendo eso con su novio. How about don't get caught working with his sister. Que no te pillen trabajando con su hermana. Que no te pillen trabajando con su hermana. And how would you say he or she is still talking to Maria? Sigue hablando con María. sigue hablando con María. And finally, don't get caught having dinner with her boyfriend. Que no te pillen cenando con su novio. Que no te pillen cenando con su novio. And that concludes today's Pro-Spanish lesson. As mentioned earlier, if you're looking to become a confident and a competent speaker of Spanish, then head over to prospanish.co.uk.